Hello and welcome to this week's Counter Attack with me, Jamie O'Hara and Jose Enrique. Massive weekend of football action and a burning question. A dramatic FA Cup quarter-final defeat for Liverpool. Jose, has Klopp won his last trophy as Liverpool manager?
Obviously, I hope not, but you never know. You know how difficult it is to win a trophy. It's very, very tough. The Premier League, the two trophies that you have left is the Premier League and Europa League. I think in the Europa League they are the clear favorites, and in the Premier League is I actually believe Manchester City because Manchester City is Manchester City, you know. So, but you never know. I hope they win it, but I don't know. It's his last trophy. He cares, of course he cares, you know, and I think the fans do as well. But I think he's with the Carling Cup already, the Carabao Cup, he's gonna have a proper send off anyway. You know, they're
Yeah.
gonna have already they plan already a parade, you know, at the end of the season, you know. So it's gonna make a difference in his send off. No. It's important for the club to win something bigger, 100%. But him having a proper send off already with the Carabao Cup is gonna have a proper send off. I
Yeah,
don't think it's gonna change.
I don't think this is the last trophy for Klopp this season, mate. I don't.
I hope
I
you're
think
right.
they can. I think they can win the treble. I mean, look, that was obviously a bitter pill to swallow against your arch rivals, losing against Man United in the manner that they did. But I don't think this Liverpool team's done. I think they're still fighting it massively out for the Premier League. They're going to go so close in that
Yeah.
Premier League title. And I don't think anyone can beat them in Europe. You know, this team's way too good to be in the Europa League. It's on another planet, really. They're battering everyone. So I think they're definitely going to do a double. And I think that the
Yeah.
Premier League is going to go down to the last day. And I think it's going to go down to drama on the last day. And I think Liverpool are going to be a part of it. It's hard to put, it's so hard to say you can win it with what, 9, 10 games to go. But
Yeah.
I think Liverpool win Europe. Like, there's no team better than them. There's no team better than them. And
But you,
they'll
but,
win. They'll win the
but
Europa
you,
League.
as a
Oh,
club, you
all you lot are going to be crying your eyes out, you know, when Klopp goes, "Oh, Klopp's
no,
leaving.
no
Oh, what are we
crying,
going
no
to
crying.
do?" Oh, oh, oh,
No, no,
oh.
no crying,
The era's over for Liverpool.
no crying, no crying.
It's
But
going to
that,
be embarrassing.
yeah, I don't think crying. I am not in that point, you know, now. But it's true that I think, and people don't realize just yet how big of a miss this guy is gonna be. I'd rather Salah, Van Dijk, or anyone else go
Yeah,
than Klopp's going.
in their prime. I mean, in their prime.
In the prime, number one
Ronaldinho at
for me,
Barcelona, Ronaldo at what? Inter Milan,
Inter or
Rivaldo
Barcelona, he was
was
fantastic.
Barcelona as well.
Yeah, yeah. For me, the number one is just one name for me,
Yeah,
and it was
same.
my idol, R9.
Yeah, same.
R9 has to
Yeah,
be R9. Has to
yeah,
be R9. You know, he was another level of a player. He was my idol when I was young. Actually, my brother got me his boots, you know, when I was
yeah.
young, and it was my idol. I love him, you know, I love him, and obviously
I think he was
injuries.
everyone's idol, wasn't he, Jose? Like I had his
I think
boots,
so. I
like
think so. I
the
think
blue
so.
and silver Knights, the R9s. Like
Exactly. Yeah, yeah,
like everyone had them. That was like he was the guy, you know. Like and
yeah, yeah,
these young kids today do not know about R9. Like they
yeah,
have no clue. I try and tell my son about R9. You need to watch videos of R9. You
yeah.
think Messi and Ronaldo were good? This guy was on another planet. Like
Yeah.
he was ridiculous.
I think in terms of talent, obviously we're talking about Messi. Jose Mourinho, actually, I seen the other day an interview in YouTube, and he said what they asked him, what is the most talented player you ever have, not have, or face or whatever, and he say, I know Messi and Cristiano have done for 20, 15 years, you know, they've done
Yeah,
it, you know, year every single year. But if you're talking me about talent, one player that I say this one was the best player I ever seen in my life, it was Ronaldo, the
yeah,
airline. You
yeah.
know, it
I
was,
agree.
it was unbelievable to watch him. It
Mate,
was,
he made all the skills that people do today. He created them skills. If
yeah,
you go on
yeah,
YouTube and you watch him videos, he's doing what Ronaldo and Messi and all them do now. He was the guy who started them skills. Like I was obsessed with him growing up. I was like, oh my God,
No, but
this guy's
but
ridiculous.
the only thing you could say in the air, he wasn't his best. But apart from that, everything else, skills, then power,
Yeah,
speed. You know, everyone is flying with Mbappe now. I think if you put even Mbappe with R9, it was just different. It's
yeah,
different. Mbappe
yeah,
is amazing, world class, 100%. But R9,
yeah. Different level.
different level.
Yeah, yeah,
Second one for me has to be Ronaldinho. For me,
yeah,
has to
yeah,
be. I love Rivaldo, but Ronaldinho has to be in the prime. His prime. You pay a ticket to go and watch him play.
yeah,
You know, you
yeah,
pay just to say, okay, I want this guy to watch him. That's the
yeah.
only thing I'm paying the ticket for. And then Rivaldo, he was outstanding as well. But compare him with the level of the other two, I think he's a step below. Even if he was
Yeah,
a world class player as well, he's a step below. I'm not sure if
yeah.
you agree with my
No,
ranking.
I absolutely agree, mate. I mean, that one R9 for sure. Ronaldinho. I mean, I miss the days of sitting at home after a game or watching that Barcelona team back in the day, and you just sit there and just in awe of Ronaldinho playing, and you're like, oh my God. And then Messi come to the scene as like a young kid, and you had
Amigo,
Ronaldinho and Messi in the same side. He was like,
I play
this
against
is
that
just a
front
joke.
three. That it was Ronaldinho. Imagine the Barca team I play. In the midfield was Xavi, Iniesta, Deco. Front three was Ronaldinho, Eto'o, Messi, and
Yeah.
we beat them at home 2-0.
No, you
We
did.
beat
Who
them
for?
with Villarreal. We beat them 2-0.
Let's have a
That
look.
year was the year that Eto'o was fighting with Forlan for the Golden Ball.
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. Oh, you played in
That's
that
it.
team. That
Uh,
was a good side. That Villarreal
Yeah,
side.
to be honest, we struggled a part of the season, you know. That
Yeah,
was the year that Riquelme had the argument with the club and stopped playing for the club.
yeah.
And then all of a sudden, we start to adapt the team without Riquelme, and we finish really high in the table. We finish in
How many
Europe.
games you play or start that season? You must have only played 4 or 5 games that season, mate.
That season, I finished best left back of the season, actually. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I
Who
finished
thought? What in the
in,
reserves? That's tell you what. Fair
in,
play, mate.
you
Fair
know,
play in the
in la,
reserves.
with Roberto Carlos and everything, eh?
Yeah.
Everyone, eh? I finished in the starting best 11 in La Liga, and that's what. And then after that,
What
Newcastle,
Sabutio?
and you, and then Newcastle came and paid for me 10 million, amigo, with 21. That was the
Yeah.
year after that
That was
season.
that was the year that Newcastle made the worst decision of their lives.
Actually, Sam Allardyce wanted Leighton Baines. That's the truth, you know. But at the end, he got me. You know, I don't think he even knew me. You know, but anyway, they got me, and I'm glad they did. You know, because then my career was in the UK. But yeah,
Yeah.
amigo, I was in Spain in
I
that
remember
year,
that. I
and
remember
with
that team.
the Galacticos, you know, with
Yeah,
Beckham,
yeah,
Zinedine Zidane, you know, like it was great. That time in La Liga, it's not like now. La Liga now is nothing compared with that time. Nothing
yeah,
compared with that
yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I agree, mate. That was a good time. The League of Football was unbelievable then. Right, we're going to do time for true or false. Sterling's England career is over.
I hope false. I like Sterling a lot. I think he is still
Been getting some
he,
stick over here, mate. I don't know if you see it the other night.
yeah.
He got booed by his own fans. Chelsea fans were booing him.
Yeah. I think
Poor
when a
that.
team
It's a
is
poor take, mate.
yeah, I know, but the reality is when a team is struggling, tell me a player that is really look at Moises Caicedo. Look at players that really they really know clicking together. That's the truth. You're gonna blame this just in one player because he's the one with more experience, probably in the team with Thiago Silva. I don't think it's fair. I play with Sterling. I know what it is. I know how much improvement he has done, you know, and he's still 29. You know, it looks like he's 40 because he played
Yeah.
how many years in the Premier League.
No, yeah, like
But
17, yeah.
the reality, you ask me, I know you're not gonna agree with it, but you ask me between Rashford and Sterling, and I'd rather to take Sterling. I like more Sterling than Rashford. I think maybe Rashford is more
What?
talented in some
No,
ways,
come on, mate. Come on, mate.
but Sterling will deliver more in the international stage than Rashford, in my opinion. He will. He will.
I dis I disagree with that. I hope he gets to play for England again because I do. I think he gets a hard time, and he's never really disappointed on the international stage. And yeah, he
No,
flatters to deceive in some games, and he's gone to Chelsea and it hasn't been like stellar performances from week in week out. But he's playing in a really average Chelsea side, and I don't think you can get away from the fact that he's had a great career. We've got to talk about Ben White. He's obviously turned down playing for England. Is there ever a good reason to turn down an international call-up?
for me, I love my country, but if you knew that you were going to play one game because maybe you have two, three right backs in front of you. In my opinion, I don't know if it's Ben White situation, but imagine I put that situation in my head and you live it yourself. Every month, more or less, because it's international, more or less every month during the season, apart from maybe 2, 3 months of the season, having 5 days off, I go on fucking holidays. To be on the bench for England, I'd rather to go on holidays, if I'm honest with you. But if I know I'm going to be there and I have a chance to play, I want to be with my national team and fight and try to. And more when England have a big chance to win something, But the
I
reality
know,
is,
but Jose, you say that, right? Ben White, when he finishes his career, at 35 years of age, he can go and live on holiday. He can go and live like wherever he wants. You get a very few people get the opportunity to represent their country, and for him to turn that down because
if
he
you know
don't
when
want to
I,
sit on the bench, or he don't like watching football, or he doesn't feel like he's been given a fair chance, well then I'm sorry. I think you're a bit of a disgrace, to be honest. Like,
for
do you
me,
know how
for
many
me,
people would
for
give
me,
their
Jamie,
right arm even to sit on the bench for England,
I
to sit on
agree.
the bench,
I
but
agree
just to
with
have the
you, but
opportunity to represent their country?
I
And
agree
this
with you.
guy, just because they don't want to be, he don't like football, or Gareth Southgate's not giving me a chance. I'll give over.
For
It's your
me,
country, for crying out loud. Do me a favour. Go on holiday when you're retired. Right, a VAR should have a time limit. I mean, I don't know if you saw it again the weekend. West Ham, mate, it was a joke. It was like 5, 6 minutes to make a decision. Here's my take on it, Jose. I don't know what yours will be, but I don't think you can have a time limit on it. I think it's hard. Like, these guys are useless at sorting it out, and there are moments where they can't make decisions. But if you start putting pressure on them and you start putting a time limit on them, and that time runs out, and then they actually do get the incorrect decision, there's going to be uproar. You
yeah.
have to get the right decision. Like, as long as if it takes as long as it needs to take, then that's just the way the game's gone. I don't think we should have VAR. I hate it. I can't stand it. It's ruining football for the fans at football grounds because no one knows what is going on. But if it's here, you have to get the right decision. So,
Maybe you need better people at VR
well, they need
handling the
better people.
situation.
They need to make better decisions. They need to hurry up. Of course they do. It needs to be quicker. But
To
if you
be
put a
honest with
time
you,
limit on of
I'm
like 2 minutes, and then that decision that it goes, the time's up. We haven't made a decision. Well, the teams are going to be going mad, and the refs are going to be getting absolutely slaughtered. So how can you not make a decision? You got the wrong decision. You
Yeah, but
can't do that.
I don't understand with all this technology how they still know. Because, for example, I watch some Serie A teams that nothing to do with the Premier League. The Premier League is much bigger than the Serie A. And it's actually automatic how they do the offside. And it shows you a picture. It's like a robot, really. Both players, they are like robots. And it shows you the line straight away. It does it automatically. So it doesn't get it wrong. So how this kind of technology is not in the UK? That's what I don't understand.
Look, let's move on because we've got some questions on England Brazil. Obviously, big game. I know it's a
Yeah.
friendly, but it's England Brazil. Obviously, got the Euros coming up. What do you think this friendly tells us, Jose, about this England side?
I think it will tell you at the level that England is that we all expect, like we spoke about. I think they are the favorites for these Euros. And against Brazil, you have to prove that. You have to prove to everyone because all the national teams, players and everything, they will be watching this game, people, and checking them out, properly. Okay, they have Brazil now. And they have Belgium, I think, no? They play Belgium
Yeah,
after, I think.
yeah.
So 2 proper games, Now they're going to be checked. Now it's, okay, you're going to play and more Brazil. You're gonna play against two top sides, two top countries. Let's see what you can do. And I think they're gonna deliver. I think England actually is their time. I think it's the biggest chance I seen that England have to actually win the
Yeah.
Euros.
Yeah,
I
I
think
do as
so.
well, mate. I do. I think this team that we've got, especially going forward, is just exceptional. It really is. I'm still a bit worried about the back line. Injuries at left back is a massive problem for us. You know, no Luke Shaw, no Ben Chilwell. So that's an issue. Who plays there? Who fits in? You probably play Trippier there, but I think that unbalances the side. You know, obviously you've got that midfield spot. This is what I want to see. Who does he play in midfield? What player is he going to pick to play alongside Declan Rice? How does he see it? Does he play Bellingham there and then he plays Phil Foden in front of him? You know, what does he do to fit these players in? Because I feel like you have to play Foden. You have to play Bellingham. You have to play Saka. You've got to play
Yeah.
these players. But where does he fit them in the side? That's what I can't wait to see. I'm not asked about the game and, you know, look, it's Brazil, great. It's a, you know, fantastic friendly, but it means nothing. It's about who's he pick, how's he seeing this team? Because that's what's going to be the most important thing. Because when it comes to the Euros, hopefully you have Luke Shaw and Ben Chilwell back at some sort of fitness level. But Calvin Phillips is gone now. We know that. He ain't good enough. So you have
Yeah,
to
but
look and see who he puts in there.
yeah, and in
Probably Jordan
defense,
Henderson, knowing him.
and in defense, that's different because you're talking about here the manager's decision. But even in defense, the problem he has is because he chooses Maguire and he does this kind of strange things. But you have good defenders. You have one of the best right backs in the world. Centre back, you have Stones. You have who
Yeah,
else? You have
Maguire. Yeah, Maguire.
yeah, he's gonna play Maguire, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't have other defenders that are ahead of Maguire, and they will do better than Maguire. Trippier as a left back, I think he can do an amazing job. And then, like you say, from midfield upwards, you have many top players there.
Yeah. I mean, going forward, I mean, I
It's,
just don't
it's,
know.
it's unbelievable. You
Yeah.
can kill any team.
We've
Any
got
team.
three probably of the top 5 players in the world right now.
Yeah.
Kane, Bellingham, and Foden.
Yeah.
Like you know, it's Vinicius Junior and Mbappe. You put in the top 5. 3 of them, I think, are them right now. They're that good. They're
Yeah.
so like just on another.
Definitely.
So
Definitely. Right now, yeah. Right now, I
mm,
agree with you. And qualities wise, then it's obviously up to them if they can stay there. But the quality, then Saka, you have there, you know, like, and then you don't play Harry Kane, but you play Antony or Watkins, so you still have a top strike. It's unbelievable, that. You know,
yeah,
you have unbelievable choices, you know, so. I think it's all down to Southgate to really mess it up with this team because this team really needs to be the favorite. It's the favorite to win the
yeah,
Euros.
yeah. What about your mob? Spain. They're playing Colombia. How they looking going into the tournament? I mean, it's Spain, right? I mean, they've got to be half decent.
Spain is always Spain, you know, and I think Spain is always have good players, you know, to deliver. Now I see them with the quality that, for example, England have at the moment or France could have. I don't think Spain is at that level. Right now, I don't think so. I think we can have a very good starting 11, you know, a good bench as well. I think we can have a good team. And as a team, I think we do really well because Spain, obviously, the education of the Spanish players are really good tactically, you know, the football is very nice how we play. But like I say, I think in terms of levels of the players, when you go to England, you go to France, it's just one step above, you know, in my
Yeah,
opinion. And it's favorite for me now. For
yeah.
me now. They can win
Uh,
it. Well, it's football. You never know.
Match prediction for that one, mate. I know it's just how do you see it?
Well, depends who he plays. But if he spares the obviously the starting team, I think Spain will win. I think Spain win this game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wales v Finland. This is obviously a massive game for Wales. I'm going to go for a Wales win just because I think they'll find a way to get it done. They've got a few good players. I'm sure you probably don't too much know about what these two sides, but this is a monster game for Wales.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I have no much idea about. I know obviously few players in Wales, maybe one or two in Finland as well, but that's all. So I
Mm.
cannot really much predict here. But I'm gonna just to support you one time in my life. I'm gonna go for Wales.
Right, Jose, that's it from us. Thanks for watching this week's episode on the Counter Attack. We'll see you next week.